All right, then how should we start? Let's just start sitting on the mat. Let's just start the regular way. Sitting on the mat, facing in one direction. Yeah, just sitting all the way down. Yep, feet are out in front of you, straight legs. Sit up really nice and tall. Arms are out in front of you like you're a zombie. And let's feel like you've got that string attached to the center of your head. So you sit up just a little bit taller, and you can inhale. Exhale, tuck through your tailbone and start rounding all the way down, really keeping your heels glued down. That's the most important thing. And then inhale, exhale, slowly curling yourself back up. And back down, really keeping those heels anchored down. Keep your core nice and tight. You've got 4 more to go. Think about articulating your spine, warming up that spine on this Monday morning. Now on your next one, you're going to roll just about halfway down and then slowly lift yourself back up. Inhale at the top, exhale, tucking your tailbone just about halfway down and back up. Perfect. Really focus on keeping those heels anchored down so that you're really activating those lower abdominals. Let's go for 2 more. On your next one, you're going to come just about halfway down. Hold it there for me. Open up your chest a little bit more. Yeah, really slide those shoulders back. Anchor your heels down a little bit more, and you're just going to hold it. Just make sure you're not holding your breath. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Good morning. 3, 2, 1. Let's roll it all the way down. Perfect. Let's bring those legs straight up to the ceiling. Flex your feet. Yeah, and make sure your ankles are over your hips if you can. Have them less over your belly button and more over your hips. Reach those fingertips up. And I want you to inhale on your exhale. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Reach towards your toes. And down. Just make sure when you're reaching to your toes that your tailbone is still anchored down. Lift it up and back down. Exhale in one direction. I like to do it on the lift and inhale on the other direction. Just making sure that you're breathing. Relax those shoulders. Maybe open up your chest a little bit more. Let's go for 3 more. Yeah, just reaching to the toes. And 2. Now on your next one, you're going to lift your upper body up. Hold it there for me. Can you just give me little pulses, tiny little pulses? For 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 2. And lower your upper body down. Keep the legs straight up though. Now you're going to inhale. On your exhale, you're going to come up, twist a little bit to the left, reach your right hand toward your left foot, and just go side to side. So you're really just reaching, lengthening the arm when you're reaching. Try and go slow, but go all the way down before you come back up. I want you to try and go full range. Let's go for 2 more in each direction. Now, next time you lift up to the right, hold it there for me, and just give me little pulses. For 8, 7, 6, keep breathing. 5, 4 more. Last 2. And let's twist in the other direction. For 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 3. And lower yourself all the way down. Nice job, guys. So now feet are down just like you guys have them, bent, just feet flat on the ground. Arms reach back up to the ceiling. And now I want you to inhale on your exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up so the fingertips just go straight up into the ceiling. And come back down. So you're just going straight up. It's a smaller lift, working on those upper abs. Exhale on your up, inhale on your down. So really reach the fingertips up into the ceiling versus toward your belly button or your knees. That's it. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. Now on your next one, lift yourself up, hold it for me, and just give me tiny little pulses up for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 3. And rest. Hug those knees into your chest. And then let's bring your legs up in tabletop, open your arms out into a T. And you're gonna drop your knees to the right, look over to the left. Nice little spinal twist here. And let's come up, drop the knees in the opposite direction and look the other way. And you're gonna give me 2 more in each direction. So drop it back to the right, look over to the left. And let's go in the opposite direction. And let's do 1 more on each side. Really letting that chest open up just a little bit more each time. Now, next time your legs come back up in tabletop, bring your hands behind your head, really open up your elbows. And I want you to inhale on your exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, come up toward your legs, extend your legs, both legs, and come back down. Just like that. Inhale and exhale. And what I want you to think about is having your feet flex so that you're pushing through something when you're extending the legs. Activating a little bit more from your hamstrings and glutes. Let's go for 4 more. Keep the core nice and tight. And 3. Last 2. Now upper body stays up, legs are straight out. Hold it there for me and maybe curl your head up just a little bit more. And let's lift your legs up to 90 degrees. And lower them down as far as you can go without that lower back popping up. Core is nice and tight. And go slow on your up. I don't care about the speed going down, but I want you to go up really nice and slow. Give me 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Now lift your legs up to 90. Hold it there. Just give me tiny little pulses with your upper body for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. If the straight legs bother you, you can always come onto tabletop. Last 2. And rest just for a second. Beautiful job. Now we're gonna go into footwork just like we would on the reformer. Hands are down by your side, reaching those fingertips long toward the bottom of the mat. Legs come up in tabletop. So engage your core. Think about your rib cage. Really wrap those ribs together. Flex your feet just like the foot bar would be on the balls of your feet. And you're gonna push the bar away from you, activating from that little smiley area. And let the carriage come back in. So really kind of visualize, dream of being on the carriage. Let's go for 4 more. Keep the core tight. And 3. Last 2. So if you're feeling this in your abs, which you should be ideally, this is what footwork should be feeling like always. You should always be activating from those abdominals. Now let's bring your legs in, open your legs out into a V, heels together, toes apart, and let's push it back out. And bring it in. Just remember, when you're extending those legs, don't let your belly button pop up. Let's go for 6 more. And 5. Last 3. And 2 more. Come all the way in, rotate your feet back to parallel. Flex those feet just a little bit more. Now I want you to visualize that you've got the bar on the heels of your feet. And you're gonna push out from your heels and letting the carriage come in. And out, and in, keeping that belly button pulled in. Keep your core nice and tight. Let's go for 5 more. And 4. Don't go too fast. You still want to be feeling like you've got that bar on the bottom of your feet. Last 2. Now, I want you to straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. Left leg is going to be at about 45 degrees. And you're just going to hold it there for me. Core is nice and tight. You're going to point the toes of the right foot and flex the left foot if you can. And switch it up. So you're gonna be the legs stay the way they are. Just one foot is gonna point, one foot is gonna flex, and you're gonna alternate that. 1 points, 1 flexes. Point and flex. Really keeping your core tight. Try and have that right leg at 90 degrees. Let's go for 2 more. Hold it there for me. Now switch up the legs. Hold it. And now let's do that 1 points, 1 flexes. Just like that. Sorry about that. Cat fight. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Now you're gonna lower your right leg down. Left foot stays up to the ceiling. Point the toes of the left foot. And we're just gonna go straight into leg circles. So I want you to cross the left leg over your body, lifting that left hip up, and then circling it around. So over, down, and around. Keep your core tight. Let's go for 4 more. So on this one, you can move your hips. In the opposite direction, you won't. Let's go for 2 more. Now, I want the leg to come straight back up to the ceiling. Hold it for me. Now, think about anchoring both hips down. You're going to open the leg out to the left and then circle around. Open the leg to the left and circle around. So over to the left, not over the leg. Try and keep that right hip anchored down. Let's go for 3 more. So out to the left. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Last 2. And 1 more. And let's lower that left leg down. Lift the right leg up to the ceiling. Point the toes. Now I want you to inhale, exhale, cross that leg over to the left and circle around. So remember, on this one, you can float your right hip up, really rolling it over so that you're getting a little bit more into your abdominals. Let's go for 4 more. Don't go too fast. And 3. Last 2. Now lift the leg straight up to the ceiling. Now you're going to anchor your hips down. Let's open the leg up to the right and circle around. Try not to let your left hip pop up. Let's go for 4. Don't go too fast. And 3. Last 2. And rest. Perfect. Now straighten your legs out, flex your feet, bring your arms up to the ceiling. And let's inhale, exhale, roll it all the way up to the ceiling. Now I want you to open your feet just about mat width apart. Yeah, just about the width of the mat. Flex your feet, bring your arms out to the side. Make yourself grow just a little bit taller. So try not to hunch in your upper back. And you're just gonna twist to the left, kind of spiraling to the left. And then come back to the center. And then spiral to the right. So what I want you to think about here is that you're really twisting from your waist. So it's not your arms moving. You're just rotating and then going to the other side. This always makes my spine crack. Give me one more in each direction. Yeah, feet are just about hip, mat width apart. Maria, Pete. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Now, next time you twist to the left, hold it there for me. Now reach the fingertips of the right hand to the outside of your left foot. Nice deep twist. And then come up, stack your spine tall, and let's twist in the opposite direction. Really reaching long. And come up and twist. And give me one more in each direction. And now stack your spine back up nice and tall. And I want you to bend your knees, set your feet flat. And let's grab the front of your knees. We're gonna go straight into rolling like a ball. So, yeah, grab the front of your knees, sit up really tall. You're gonna inhale, exhale, start rounding your spine and start rounding back so that you're balancing on your sits bones. Remember, you can do it like this, or if you wanna make it harder, forearms on the knees, hands on your head. And you're gonna roll it back and lift back up. Use your abs here. So the harder version ensures that you're not using momentum. Core is nice and tight. I know these always look so easy, but they're just not. Let's go for 3 more. The more you round your spine, the more that's gonna help you. Last 2. And come up and balance on your sits bones. Hold it there for me. Now, keep that rounding in your spine. Can you straighten the right leg up and walk your hands up that leg? Yeah, just like that. So let's try that again. Inhale, exhale, round it back and lift back up. Try to keep that right leg as straight as possible. And you can really push into that leg. That helps you actually come back up. Let's go for 2 more. And last one. You're gonna come up, you're gonna hold it up for me. Hold it. Now switch up your legs. Hold it. Now let's start rounding it back down. Round down and back up. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Keep your core nice and tight. Last 2. On your next one, come up, hold your balance just for a second. Hold it. Now keep that left leg straight. Can you straighten your right leg as well and grab your ankles? Open your legs just a little bit, open leg rocker. And let's roll it back down and back up. This for me is always the hardest to do. Perfect. Really pushing into those legs when you're coming up. That is a huge help in allowing you to come back up. I know, kind of rock back. Let's go for 2 more. Now on your last one, you're gonna come up and you're gonna stay up in that balance and just hold it. Keep your core tight. Now, can you let go of your ankles? Reach your fingertips up towards your toes. Slide your shoulder blades back a little bit. Open up that chest. And lower the legs down. Reach yourself forward for a quick stretch here. Perfect. Now let's come lying on your left side. Perfect. So ideally, I want you to be on either your forearms or your straight arms. So the right hand is going to be on your hips or your one hip, since you can't touch both. And you're just going to lift the hips up and back down. Lift up, really firing up into your obliques and back down. Let's go for 4 more. Think about that waist strainer. And 3. Nice job. Really lift yourself out of that left shoulder though, so you're not collapsing into it. Last 2. Now lift your hips up. Can you hold them up for me? Can you straighten the top leg out? Yep, just straight out. You're going to tap the floor and lift it up. Tap the floor and lift it up. Let's go for 4 more. And 3, don't go too fast. Last 2. Now keep the leg up, hold it for me. Now you're gonna point the toes to come toward me and flex to go back. Point to come toward me and flex to go back. Keep your core really nice and tight. Yeah, if you're feeling this anywhere, you can double up. Yeah, for your knee. Last 2. Now, next time you sweep the leg toward me, I want you to bend your knee and then kick the heel down and up. Down and up. Always focusing on having that foot and knee just about hip height. Keep your core nice and tight. You can always rotate that bottom foot a little bit more behind you if you want a little bit more stability. Last 2. Now, straighten the leg down, flex the foot, and just give me those little window washers for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 3. And reverse it. Hi, Emma. Last 2. Hold it there for me. Hold it. Now I want you to rotate the toes down. And now you're going to tap the floor again and come up, but keeping those toes rotated down. Try to keep your hips stacked though, because now our top hip is going to have a tendency to try and roll forward. Control that. Keep those hips stacked. You're almost there. Let's go for 2 more. And last one. And just come down. So knees are stacked. Now I like to come all the way down for this one, especially if your shoulder is starting to bother you. Core is still tight. You can always use that top hand like a bike stand. Feet are connected. You're just going to lift your feet up and lower them down. A little bit of a twist. And up and down. Let's go for 6 more. And 5. Last 3. And 2 more. Last 1. Hold the feet floating just about an inch or 2 off the mat. Feet stay connected. Now just your top knee opens and closes down. Open and close. Keep your core really nice and tight. Let's go for 5 more. And 4. Last 2. Now you're going to lift your top knee and your top foot up. Hold it for your bottom foot is still a little bit lifted. And you're going to open the page of a book and you're going to close it back down. You're going to open the page of a book and close it down. Let's go for 6 more. And 5. Last 3. And 2 more. Now, top foot, top knee are just about hip height. And you're just going to draw little circles on me with that knee for 8. 4 more. And last 2. And let's reverse that. Don't go too fast. Let's go for 4 more. Last 2. Now hold it up. Last one you're gonna do here, your legs are still at, or your leg is still at 90 degrees. You're gonna kick that top leg behind you and bring it back. So you're just gonna kick back and forward. Kick it back and forward. So really think about engaging your core so that you're not rounding or arching your lower back. I want that lower back to be totally stable. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. On your last one, you're gonna kick it back and you're just gonna hold it for me. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the bottom leg out. Bring the top foot over it. And you're just gonna flex that bottom foot and just lift it up. And down, and up, and down. You can't forget those inner thighs. Yeah, lift as high as you can go. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Now hold the leg up and draw little circles with the bottom of that foot for 8, 7, 6. Last 2. And let's reverse that. Don't go too fast. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. Hold the leg, hold it. Can you lift it just a little bit higher? Maybe a little bit higher. And hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can lower the leg down, lift yourself up, and just lower your hips down and give yourself a nice little twist to the left or to the right. Yeah, to the right. Maria A. Yeah, to the right. Or Maria P. Or we've got 2 Marias, so that's why I'm saying A and P. Good twist. All right, let's swing your legs to the opposite side, and let's do the other side. So knees are bent, feet are flat. Remember, try not to collapse into that shoulder. Really lift yourself up and out of it. Lift that rib cage up so you're not just letting it hang. And now think about now lifting your hips up and back down. And lift up and down. Let's go for 5 more. And 4, keep your core nice and tight and try and keep your back flat. I want you to try not to roll forward, really open up that chest. Last 2. Now you're gonna lift your hips up, you're gonna keep them up for me. Now can you straighten that top leg out? Yeah, hips should be stacked. And let's tap the leg down and up. Remember, you can always rotate that bottom foot a little bit more behind you if that gives you a little bit more stability. Let's go for 4 more. Yeah, Andrea, lift your hips a little bit higher if you can. And yeah, there you go. Last 3. And 2 more. Now lift that leg up, flex the foot, and give me those little window washers for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 2. And let's reverse those circles. Last 2. You're gonna hold it there for me. Now point the toes to come toward me and flex the foot to go down. Point toward me, flex to go down. Let's go for 6 more. Try and keep that foot lifted so it's still just about hip height. Remember to lift up out of that right shoulder so you're not collapsing. Last 2. Now next time the leg comes up toward me, you're gonna bend your knee and let's kick the heel down and bend the knee back up. Kick the heel down and bend it up. Let's go for 5 more. Don't go too fast. And 4. Last 2. Sorry about that. And rest just for a second. Now you can lower yourself down. I think I lost you guys. Hello, hello, hello. If you can hear me, you're gonna lower yourself in your hand. Yep, just like that. And feet are connected. You're gonna lift your feet up and down. Just like that, that nice little twist. Yeah, so knees are connected, feet are connected, and you're just lifting your feet up and down, like you're at the Moulin Rouge in Paris. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Now let's lift your feet up just a little bit. Hold it for me. Now lift that top knee up and close it down. And lift it up and close it down. Let's go for 6 more. And 5. Last 3. And 2 more. Now, you're gonna lift that top knee and top foot up, just about hip height. Yeah, just top foot, top knee. Open the page of a book and close it down. Open the page of a book and close it down. Keep your core really nice and tight. Let's go for 5 more. And 4. Last 3. And 2 more. Now, knee and foot are just about hip height again, and you're gonna draw little circles on me with your knee. For 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 2. And let's reverse that. 4 more. Last 2. And you're gonna finish your, keep that leg up. Now you're gonna keep those 90 degrees of the leg, and you're just gonna kick the heel behind you and bring it back forward. Behind you and bring it back forward. Keeping those core, the core really nice and tight so you're not rounding or arching your lower back. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. Now, let's kick the leg back and hold it for me. Hold it, core is nice and tight for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Let's come lying on your back. So we're just gonna go for a quick stretch here. Oh yeah, that's right, sorry. Bottom leg is straight, top foot is over. Sorry. Thank you, Maria. Flex that bottom leg and lift up and down and up and down. Really working from that inner thigh. Let's go for 5 more. And 4. Keep your core nice and tight. 3. Last 2. Now lift the bottom foot up. Keep it flexed and give me little window washers here for 8, 7, 6 little circles. 5, 4. Last 2. And then reverse those little circles for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 3. Now you're gonna hold it for me. Maybe lift that bottom leg just a little bit higher. And you lift it a little bit higher. And you're gonna hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down, sit yourself up, and twist yourself to the left. All right, let's come up onto your knees. If you've got hand weights, you are more than welcome to grab them. If you don't have hand weights, but you want some sort of weight for your arms, you can grab bottles of water or cans. but you do not need the weights. So I want your hands to be down by your side. You're gonna sit on your heels. Once we get started, if this bothers your knees, you can either stay up or have your legs in a cross-legged position. So hands are down by your side. We're holding on to the weights. You're gonna inhale, exhale, squeeze your tush. You're gonna come up, lift the arms straight up, and lower yourself back down. Inhale, exhale, lift up, and down. But again, if this bothers your knees, you can stay up. So keep the upper body up. So try not to lean forward. You're gonna sit down on your heels and come up if you can. Let's go for 4 more. Really opening up your chest here. Slide those shoulder blades back a little bit more. Last 2. On your next one, if you're not already staying up, hold it up for me. Hold it. Now, palms still face each other. You're gonna open out to the side and bring them back together. Open and close. Kind of trying to think about working that little bra fat area. Whew, I don't know why my nose is so itchy. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Keep your core tight, keep your tush engaged. Last 2. Now you're gonna bring the arms together, a little bit of a bend in your elbows now. Now you're gonna hug your tree, open and hug that tree. And always remember, if the weights start to get too heavy, which they do have a tendency to do, you can always do this without your weights. Let's go for 3 more. And 2. Now bring your hands together, turn the palms down, let's come out, and let's go into that Jane Fonda movement. Keep your core tight, keep your glutes engaged. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Now bend your elbows, hold it for me. Can you rotate up and down, and up and down? Let's go for 6 more here. And 5. 4 more. And 3, keep breathing. Last 2. Let's bring those arms up, hold it for me. Now, if you can, reach your hands up and down, and up and down, just like that. Let's go for 4 more, working those shoulders. And 3. Last 2. And lower your arms just for a second, coming into a rest. And you're gonna change your position so you're actually sitting. You're gonna have your knees bent. Yeah, just like I'm sitting. Hold on to your weights, so if you're still using your weights. And I'm going to inhale, arms come back out. You're gonna scoop just about halfway down. You're gonna bring those arms over your head, grab 1 or 2 weights, and let's bend and straighten. Try to keep the elbows close to the ears. Yeah, and try and scoop down just a little bit more, everybody. Yeah, keeping those feet anchored. And don't forget to breathe. Let's go for 4 more. Remember, you can use just 1 weight or no weight. Last 2. So on your next one, you're gonna be scooping. You're gonna hold it here for me halfway and just give me little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 2. Hold it halfway. Hold it, I know these are killer. For 8, 7. Scoop down a little bit more. Slide your shoulder blades down. Let's go for 3, 2, and go all the way down. And just rest and curse at me. Beautiful job. All right, so you're gonna flex your feet. You're gonna come into your mummy arms. Yes, lying down. So you're gonna inhale on your exit, you're gonna roll it up and bring your hands behind you. Let's do that hip lift. Lower down and roll yourself back down. Inhale, exhale, rolling it up. Lift those hips up, down, and roll yourself down. Nice job. Let's go for 4 more. and 3. Last 2. Now on your next hip lift, you're gonna keep your hips up. Yeah, open up that chest a little bit more, slide the shoulders blades back a little bit more. Maybe lift your hip up just a little bit higher. Really engaging your tush. Can you lift your right foot up? Right foot up, lower down, and now your left foot. Yeah, try and keep those hips as high as possible. I know this is really challenging. Let's go for 2 more. I think my butt is half the weight of my body, so it's so hard to keep it lifted. Give me 1 more. Lower the heel down, lower your butt down, and come lying all the way down. Let's bend your knees, set your feet flat down. We're gonna go into your bridging. So hands down by your side, reach those fingertips towards your heels. Make sure your knees and feet are just about a hip distance apart. So they're not too far apart, but they're also not too close. And what I want you to focus on here is once you start rolling up, try not to let the knees roll toward each other or roll out. You always want to have your knees tracking over your big toes. So let's tuck your tailbone, slowly start lifting your hips up. And then roll yourself back down. Keep your core really nice and tight. Slowly rolling it up and back down. Let's go for 4 more. Articulation of your spine, slowly peeling the spine off and then lowering yourself back down. Let's go for 2 more. Now you're gonna lift your hips up. You're gonna keep the hips up if you can, engaging your glutes just a little bit more. Now can you bring your right leg up in tabletop? Yep, tabletop, so knee bend. Belly button is tight. Where's that right hip? Is it dipping down or is it still about the same height as the other hip? Now you're gonna tap the toes of that right foot down and lift it up. And tap it down and up. Try to really keep your core nice and tight here. Let's go for 5 more. And 4, always paying attention to that right hip. And 3, last 2. Now bring that right leg back up in tabletop and slowly roll yourself down. And let's lower that right foot down. Bring the left leg up in tabletop. And let's start lifting your hips up and back down. Curling your hips up and down. So just lifting and lowering your hips, having that left leg up at tabletop. I know this is a hamstring killer. Let's go for 5 more. Try not to let that left hip drop. And 3. Last 2. Now lift your hips up, hold it up for me. Now tap the toes of that left foot down and down and up. Nice job. Let's go for 4 more. And 3, don't go too fast. Last 2. Now lift that right leg up or left leg up and roll yourself down. Now I want you to cross the left ankle over the right knee. Yeah, and maybe hug that right leg up. Use your left hand to push that left knee away from you. Just kind of play around with the stretch. Now I want you to bring your right foot back down on the mat, keeping that left ankle over the knee. Yep, hands back down by your side. And let's just start floating your hips up and down. Yep, staying in that core stretch type of position. So again, what is that left hip doing? Is it dipping down or is it in line with your right hip? Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And And let's lift those hips up. Hold it from me. Now I want you to twist and dip that left hip down just a little bit and lift it up. So dip that left hip down and up. Yeah, great job, everybody. Let's go for 4 more, just like that. And 3. Think about twisting from your lower back. Last 2. And roll yourself down. I think you guys are frozen again. If you can hear me, switch up knee. And let's start lifting your hips. Yep, you can hug in if you want to start with a stretch. Just kind of hug that left leg into your chest. Perfect. Left foot down. And let's start lifting your hips up and down. So now pay attention to that right hip. Is it dipping down or is it still in line with your left hip? Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Now you're gonna lift your hips up, hold them up for me. Now dip that right hip down and up and down and up. Nice little twist here. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Lift the hip up and roll yourself down. Let's hug those knees back into your chest. Now straighten the legs out, just rest them on the mat. If you can, straighten the arms behind you. And now purely by your ab power, I want you to turn over onto your stomach. Yes, and then find the mat again. Yeah, let's straighten those arms out in front of you. Yeah, squeeze your tush, engage that belly button. You're gonna lift your legs up just a little bit, lift your arms up just a little bit, and lower yourself back down. Inhale, exhale, come up into that Superman, and come back down. You're gonna give me 5 more here. Beautiful job, really opening up your chest when you're lifting. Last 3. And 2 more. Now lift up, hold it for me. Can you lift your right arm and your left leg a little bit higher? And then you're gonna switch. We're gonna go for a swim, and switch, and switch, and switch. Keep your neck long. And let's start going a little bit faster. And a little bit faster for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and give yourself a child's pose. Make sure that your wrists are, your knees are right underneath your hips. Core is going to be nice and tight. Yep. So all 4s. So wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Curl your toes under. And let's float those knees just about an inch off the mat. And lower them back down. And lift up and down. Maria, you're going to go for your right arm out and left leg behind you. Maria A. Yeah, just hold it here for me. Yeah, and you guys are going to lift and lower your knees. Yeah, use those lower abs. Give me 4 more. And Maria A, switch it up. And 3. Last 2. You're going to float the knees up and you're going to hold it for me. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 1, and rest. Everybody rest. Yep, everybody just rest. And let's finish back in that up. Monday morning talk problem. And back in your quadruped position, you're gonna straighten your right arm out in front of you, left leg up behind you. Hold that for me, and you're gonna pulse the arm and the leg up to the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 2. And now you're gonna bend the elbow and the knee toward each other, really rounding your back, looking towards your belly button, and then pushing out. Really nice crunch here. Try not to wobble. Let's go for 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And let's switch sides. Hold it there for me. Core is nice and tight. And let's pulse the arm and the leg up for 8, 7, 6, 5 more. Last 2. Now you're going to bend the knee and the elbow toward each other and out, really rounding through your back like an angry cat. Let's go for 4 and 3. Last 2. And rest. Let's come sitting facing me. And let's just open your legs wide and just reach yourself forward. Yeah. You're just going to inhale and exhale, reaching just a little bit more forward. Maybe try and use each exhale just to go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Inhale, exhale. Now you're going to walk yourselves to the right of your leg, so you're just kind of framing that right leg. And then let's come to the other side, frame your left leg. And come to the center. Let's bring the bottom of your feet together. Just like that. And just kind of try and lay those knees down just a little bit more. Let's see how much tighter my left hip is. Just kind of wobble here a little bit. And then you can walk yourself a little bit forward if your body allows you to do that. Yeah. Just inhale, exhale, maybe just a little bit more forward. And then sit up tall, and you're just gonna come into a downward dog position. Yeah, really keeping those heels down, pushing your tailbone back, and just stretch. Really try and flatten out your back when you're doing this. And maybe pedal the legs, bend one knee and then the other knee. So you can get a little bit deeper into some of those hip stretches. Let's go for 2 more on each leg, really sinking deep into that stretch. Yep, and then straighten both legs, walk yourselves back towards your feet. Yeah, and maybe have a quick little stretch here. If it feels good for you, you can also grab your opposite elbows and just kind of sway side to side if that feels good for you. And then drop your hands down, bend your knees just a little bit, and let's start rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Once you're all the way up here, roll your shoulders back, open up your chest, and you're ready for your Monday. Great.